Don't just be married and date your spouse anyways.
Yes, that's a good one.
Hey, and welcome. We are three families who come together to help each other grow in our faith, family, homesteading, and whatever else life throws our way. Join us on this journey as we sow and grow together.
Hi, I'm James.
And I'm Carrie Tallarico, and we're Sow and Grow Together.
Our focus is on dating while married.
You want to date me?
Every day. Some days not.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know us, we've been married 23 years. At the end of this month? At the end of this month, yeah. One of the things that we are big on talking to other couples about is purposefully dating. I think we can become complacent in life and everydays and marriage that we forget that relationships take time and commitment.
I feel like once you get married, I got her. She's mine. I can settle down and not strive for you anymore.
I mean, think about it. When you're dating, you purposefully pursue someone. You want to know their every inner thoughts. What's going on? What do they think of this? What do they think of that? And sometimes we forget that. We forget to ask questions. Time goes by, and then when it goes by, things have changed, likes have changed, and you've not been asking questions, so you start not knowing each other as well as you should. One of the things that we talk about, especially in the season of parenting, is really taking that time to purposefully date each other. Sometimes that season can be a little sketchy as to knowing when and where and why.
Come up for air during the hectic work, hectic everything. Come up for air just long enough to say hi.
Who are you?
I remember you.
Yeah, you're in the sleep haze of babies and bottles and diapers, and sometimes parts gets neglected. Mm-hmm. One of the things that I always loved was we ask each other questions we think that everybody thinks that they should already know about each other. Dumb questions.
We do it as a focus on relearning one another. Just a periodic, just kind of a recheck. Are you still the same person that I remembered before? Mm-hmm. Is this still your favorite color? Is this still your favorite food? Is it, by redoing that, it kind of keeps things a little, keeps you on your toes. Keeps things fresh.
Yeah, and one of the things is, a lot of those things will change or just spin off conversation as to why that changed. Mm-hmm. I think sometimes time is a big barrier too. Yeah. Time is something that you don't always have a lot of. You have kids, and you have soccer schedules, and you have church outings, and family functions, and friends, and gatherings, and everything else. And sometimes that can be put on the back burner.
So what we're going to talk about is a variety of different issues on the subject, but what can you do for dating with your schedule? Everybody's got different schedules, and we went through different seasons of it, but what can you do during your schedule, busy or not, financial or not, and so forth. So I know different times we've had money. We've went out on extravagant dates, sometimes weekends before we had the kids.
Well, then we had the kids too.
Yeah, true. But it is definitely being purposeful to make sure that you make her or him a priority. You cannot do it with your children. It has to. If our kids are around, I'm dad. I'm no longer hubby. I'm no longer who she enjoys spending time with. But
hey, now I enjoy spending time with dad too.
I know.
Well, but I know what you mean. What a lot of times, and this is something that we use as a tool with our kids, because then, you go to do something, and what happens is parent guilt comes in. Oh, I'm leaving my children behind. I'm not doing this with them. We've been to Kings Island without our children. We did. We went by motorcycle. Yes. It's been the whole day. We just did a day trip. So, one of the things that we do is we talk to our children about purposeful work in marriage, the time that it takes and the work that you put into for marriage.
We jokingly say to them when they start getting cringy about us getting affectionate or whatever, it's like, would you guys like us to be happily married, or yelling and screaming at each other? And just reminding them, like she said, purposely, it's good teaching points for the kids for their marriage in the future, making sure they keep on these priorities and nothing. It's a constant, striving point for their marriage and whatnot. So.
Yeah, definitely. That's one of the things that we try to make sure that they know. This isn't them missing out. This really has nothing to do with them. It has to do with us and building a healthy marriage and showing the kids the work it takes to build a healthy marriage. And sometimes that means mom and dad go spend maybe without them.
Yes.
Sometimes that means we go to dinner without them.
Apart from my time with God, she is the one that I focus my time, energy, love, and so forth on. Kicking the butt sometimes, but but she has to be that priority over them. If her and I are not united in our goal, prayer life, and so forth of our family, then our family suffers. I mean, honestly, the closer we get to God, the closer it pulls us together, and it keeps them that mindset of the priority of marriage. Children are important, but we're one another's first priority of discipleship. So.
And I mean, really, they're going to do what they see. And if they see that we're ran ragged, we don't know each other by soccer schedules, and we've now put the kids up on this pedestal. Mm-hmm. And not to say that they shouldn't be, I mean, we love our children. We love our children so much. But if we've got them on this pedestal way up here and everything else is being neglected, we're not showing them how to prioritize things in life, and we're not showing them the work and time and commitment that it takes in any relationship, whether that be their friendships, their relationship with their siblings, their relationship with later on their spouses, all of that. Mm-hmm. Every relationship takes work, and it takes time and commitment and communication. So we communicate that with our kids.
Okay, so ideas on things to do when you're dating. Money, that's the easy one. You can go on weekend getaways, depending on your age of your children, or if you don't have children.
And let me say this, even with the age of your children, if you have somebody who can stay with them, go. You don't have to go real far away. You can go somewhere in town, even an overnighter. Yes, mama, you can leave them babies for even an overnighter to spend time with your hubby. Because that's a hard one.
Guys, walk away from the TV. Sports will be there. It's not going to change your life one bigger, element of your life any happier in the long run. Sports is just a secondary. Your wife's got to be priority one above your hobbies and interests.
Oh, here's one. Here's a hard one. Ministry responsibilities.
Oh, yeah.
Ministry responsibilities. All you're getting things ready for children's church. Are you doing this? Are you doing that? You've got to do this. It's okay to take a pause from that too, to take some time with your spouse.
I don't think it's okay. I think it's a priority.
I think it's necessary.
Your household.
You're quite.
Yeah, I think it's a priority. It's your household has to be a priority above all other ministries. We've spoken on this numerous times to our kids and to one another. All ministries grow from your household.
Yeah,
it's got to be first and foremost at home. If you don't have that personal relationship with God in your home, a lot of people, they act one way at church and then they come home and it's like, but this is my private time. I don't really want to invite people home and whatnot. So to me, this is your personal home and your personal time with your family. So if God is not the center of it here, it's fake when you go out there and make him the center of it. So
yeah. Okay, so no money ideas. One thing let me tell you something. We believe in bedtimes.
Yes.
We believe in bedtime.
So for all you parents that have kids that are really young and you send their butts to bed so you can actually have a date night, as mom calls it. So.
Yes. And I tell them that too. If they're getting, a little fussy and everything or want to come down for 10,000 drinks of water, I say, listen,
you have to go pee
tonight,
for the fourth time.
Right? We've heard it all. We say, listen, Dad and I are having a date night, so, go. And then they end up once they learn it, they're like giggling and running upstairs.
Yes, we'll lean in and say, I'm getting ready to kiss her. I'm getting ready to kiss her. They'll start taking off running and thinking it's cringy.
Yeah.
Ooh, yuck.
Yeah. So we've done picnics. We've done the kids' dinner, bath, bedtimes, all of that. Sent them off to bed, and we've done a picnic right in the middle of our living room floor.
Candlelight. We've done different things like that. Cooked a meal.
Danced.
Yes. Periodically we dance just to embarrass them. Other times it's intimate and enjoyable.
Yes.
Sometimes it's a little...
Hey.
Sorry.
Gotta keep it G.
All right.
Keep it G. Okay. Other things is walks. We've done a walk just simply around the block sometimes, holding hands. We have turned our kitchen into date time. Let's cook a meal together.
Go out. If you have a small backyard, we kick on the fire out back. We start up fire out back and sit out back around that. Kids are in bed,
with coffee,
and enjoy that time together, looking up at the sky and just talking about whatever. Laughing, joking, talking about the Lord, talking about goals, whatever.
Yeah. And asking those little questions. Chaos. Life's chaos. Let's hit that real fast before we end this. Life's chaos time. Sometimes you can be in a situation where you really can't make time. So what I'm going to say is transform time instead. That would be my words of wisdom, I guess. And everybody has to go grocery shopping. So Kroger grocery store has been our date. It's just your mindset.
It is.
And we're silly and we're laughing and we're having a good time. And
we've caught other couples in there doing the same thing, and they giggle and just keep going because they know what we're doing. But and not only that, but those times we got to remember to don't forget the love languages. You should already know what your wife's love language is. If you're not, then you're behind the
We should recap that just in case people aren't aware of what love languages are. So we have words of affirmation,
touch,
gifts, quality time.
I forget the other one.
What did we say?
I can't remember the other one.
Gifts. And action. Acts of
that's
service.
That's mine.
That's yours. How did we forget that? Okay. So now that you watched us struggle through that, know what they are. That can be helpful.
And they can change over time too. I know her and I have revisited that, and hers have shifted and mine have shifted a little bit differently. But for example, when we do those date nights at home, we go to, we've struggled in the past, and she wants to watch a movie, and that's hers is time, cuddling. Mine's action. I'm like, this isn't spending time. We're just watching a movie. I want to go out and do something. To me, action. I know when before we had kids, we did a lot of hiking, rock climbing, rappelling, fishing, kayaking, mountain biking, just about everything. So
yeah, and that's one of the things is being able to balance it to make sure you're both being fed and having that open communication. And honestly, just because you know someone's love language, like I said, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? In those pursuing questions that you ask each other, you can find out more details about those love languages.
Also, with love languages, not only revisiting and making sure that they haven't changed, but work your date nights around that sometimes, because if all we do is go do activity stuff like I like doing, she's not feeling a priority. It's what we're doing is the priority.
Yeah.
And date, movies or I don't know what.
Yeah.
All the other things that you do, if you're not feeding each other's love language, then are you really making them a priority?
So I'm going to say this. Don't just be married and date your spouse anyways.
Yes, that's a good one.
So, all right. I guess that's what we have. We're very curious to see if any of you have suggestions or creative ideas as to something that you and your spouse maybe have done during a time that life was crazy and you just had to spend some time with each other. So we just,
That's it.
I think that's it.
Love you guys. God
bless.
Love
you. God bless. Peace out.
I'm Lieutenant Dane. It only has so much memory.
I know. Pause for child entering.
I felt like I was gonna throw up. Mom, deuces.